What's going on, guys? Today we are at the new shop and I think it's time to give this old girl some love. It's been sitting around for a while. Ever since I put it in the field, I was kind of unsure about it just because I didn't really know what was going on and what happened and what caused all of that to unfold. But after I figured out that all it was, we lifted the head, got water under the tires, that's what got me out of control. I feel pretty good that this is still a good chassis. Now the white car's been together, it's been running well. There's probably still some things we could do to it, but right now what I want to do is I want to take this thing out, we're going to go wash it up. I've got a bunch of parts and we might even have enough parts to put this thing together again. Now there's a couple options on the table. We can take what I've got and use it, or we could take the setup out of the Camaro, we could try to fix some other things. We could do whatever we want, but the one thing that we need to do is get this thing cleaned up so that way we can start working on it again. So we're gonna take it out, get it cleaned up, and then bring it back here, start tearing it apart, maybe start making a game plan of what we can do, because honestly, I just miss the car. Like, I'm tired of not driving it, not having it running and ready to go beat up on and have fun. Even if it is gonna be a little bit slower, I just love this damn car. So let's start putting it back together. That sounds like a good waste of time, energy, and money. Let's do it. Today's video is brought to you guys by Fleximounts. I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video and also sending me one of their overhead storage systems. With space in the garage, working on the home garage becoming a premium and needing more places to put things, they were able to get me hooked up with this. We're gonna put it together and see how much space we can save off the floor. What I'm really hoping is that we can put our set of big tires up and out of the way and get those things out of the way. One thing's for sure, they are not playing around with the bolts. This is what's gonna hold all of the weight, and I can see why. Look at that. All right guys, we just finished hanging my Fleximount. I decided to go with the 4x4. I got the 4x8, which turns out was a little bit overkill. I think 4x4 is gonna be just enough for what we need. You guys can see it's all loose right now. I recommend when installing stuff like this, especially stuff that's slotted, install it loose, get it all lined up, and then tighten it up. I'm gonna finish tightening this thing up. You guys need to go check out Fleximounts because from September 7th to 9th, they're having a huge sale, up to $100 off all their products. You guys can get some overhead storage as well as some of their other storage products. I'm gonna finish this up and then back to work in the garage we go. Fleximounts, baby! Fleximount, baby. Perfect! We got it loaded up. We're gonna take it over there and get it washed. This has been kind of just something that's been in the back of my mind for a while now. You know, I've got a 6.0, I've got most of a turbo kit, I've got most of a fuel system. I got a lot of stuff that we could probably fill this car back together again. And don't get me wrong, going fast in the Camaro is fun, but there's nothing like the first love. I got so many memories with this car, and you know, putting it together and everybody working on it and Mallory working on it, traveling the country with it. I don't know what the end game's gonna be, but been going to the shop lately. You know, we've been working over there doing SHITBOX stuff and everything else, and every time I walk in there it just makes me kind of sad to see it in its current state. So I figure even if we spend a little bit of time here and there just working on it, it'll make me a little happier, and that's important. Frosticino. I'll get soaked in the Frosticino. With the outside, and then I'll take the hood off. Off the hood. Lather up. Get in them wheels nice and good and light. Yeah. Alright, so here's a question, because somebody just said that. If you love the Camaro, but you can't wait to see Fool's Gold back in action, is it worth it to take the Camaro apart to make Fool's Gold go back in action? Or should they both be running and driving just a little different?
Man, it's already beeping.
Hey, chill. Chill. I got quarters. Man, this thing is a money-hungry machine. This is the car that really started everything for me. We're gonna have to take a bunch of this stuff out of here. If they had like the spray thing, I need to get up with my people at Jax Wax and get them to send me the spray gun for the pressure washer. Ready for me. Well, that's gonna be it. I'm out of quarters. That's about, what was it? Almost 20 bucks in quarters there. Alright, now that we got the Nova back home, I was half contemplating trying to work on it in the new shop, but we don't have all the tools and equipment and everything over there, at least not yet. So it's much easier to bring the Nova home than it is to bring all of the tools and everything we would need over there. Game plan right now is I got this bad boy right here. I got a 6.0 sitting in the corner, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't try to get this in, start building the turbo kit, hang this. I think we've got most of everything we need, and even still, we've got a running race car, so we don't have to worry about this has to be done right now. I can kind of take my time a little bit, and if I get hung up waiting on a part or something, it's not the end of the world. So I think tonight I'm going to try to, first things first, we're going to have to take things out. So in order for all this to go in, we're going to have to take some stuff out, you know, some nitrous stuff, some computers, other kind of crap, and then hopefully tonight my game plan will be slide the engine in, get it hooked up to the trans so we can start mocking up the turbo kit, or at least start getting to work on it, because I have headers, I've got pipe, I've got turbo, I've got pie cuts, I've got the flange, a bunch of stuff from SHITBOX Supply, so we should be good to go. Let's get started on this thing. What we've got here is the 6.0 that Mal had built, and this was gonna go in her El Camino. Then I ended up coming across a deal where, I don't know if it was ever in any videos, but I came across a deal where a guy wanted to trade me lines and fittings and stuff. I know I made a post about it for a 355 small block. So we've got the 355, and I would rather use that in the El Camino just because we can keep power steering, we could possibly keep AC, we could keep a lot of things, and it'd make a very simple swap for the El Camino. So that's a good engine. He's raced it. I know how fast it's been and all that stuff. It's nothing crazy or, you know, over the top, but I think it'd be nice for her little cruiser. This thing is not built all the way to what I would do with it going turbo, but what we can do is we can set it down in place and start building the turbo kit, because that's something that's going to take a bunch of time, just plotting and planning, getting all that figured out. So we can at least get this into place, start building the turbo kit. Once the turbo kit's complete, it's going to have to come back out so we can do the drain plug in the pan, and we'll put the converter back in, and I still haven't decided what intake I'm going with yet and all that, but we can at least get the hot side done, or start working on getting the hot side done. The other thing for me, which I really love, is that if we put this engine in there, we can then put that engine on the stand, and we've got one less engine sitting on the floor. So let's get this thing in. I gotta put some motor mounts on it, and then we can start wrestling this damn thing in. See where this journey takes us. Go back. Where's that be? Pretty good, I think. Hey-ho. It's installed. No, not really at all. Still got some lining up to do, but if I can at least start getting some of these bolts in and that kind of stuff, make it a little easier. But now we're lined up on the motor mounts a little better, so we can work with it. We can work with it. I'm not saying that, well, it's definitely not going to be the last time that thing comes in and out, but it's in there for now. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting a couple of the bell housing bolts in, get it all sucked up tight so it's going to be where it's going to be, and then we can start putting headers on and start thinking about turbo placement. Almost. Because now that it's got weight on it, I think we just sat it down, but that's okay. We got the jack now. There we go. Alright, now I gotta find some bell housing bolts. Alright, well, I started getting some bell housing bolts in there. We're gonna wiggle it around a little bit. I might play with it a little bit more, but I wanted to take a look because I haven't even opened this box to see kind of where everything's gonna end up. And we've got just your basic average up and forward headers. And I don't even remember if I ordered these with 2-inch, 2.5-inch primary or 3. I don't recall. So we're about to find out. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I thought it was like messed up. It's like glue melted on there. That's okay. We'll cook it up. I don't know. But we'll go like that. Maybe we'll hang a couple of these. We'll start getting a visual of what this is gonna look like. Oh, something's up with the head there. All right. I've got that one in, the end one in there, and this one, like, just isn't drilled far enough. That's gonna have to be something we fix. All right, well, there's some stuff we got to fix with the headers. I can see that already. I also remember when I had another set of these up and forwards on the Nova when I was trying to do twins way back in the day. This is really long, and I remember we ended up cutting a whole bunch out of that, because I can tell you right now that ain't gonna work like that. That's too far forward, so I'm gonna have to cut at least 3 inches out of here, if not more. We'll see what the other side looks like. Well, we're 2 for 2 on the holes not being in the right spot. Yeah, these are really bad. It'd be like that sometimes when you want to get the El Cheapos. That's gonna put a damper on our plans, because they're not, the bolt holes aren't in the right spot. They're like 1/8 of an inch off to one side or the other. We'd have to cut these down. The bolts are wrong. There's a lot wrong here. So I feel like this may lead to us doing something else. Maybe not using these headers. I'm kind of feeling like that's the way we're gonna be going. I think these headers are gonna go in the trash. I've got some sets of factory headers. Maybe we could use a set of factory manifolds, flip them. We can flip them upside down, make them fit. I think I had a set on here flipped upside down, halfway fit everything. So I think we're gonna have to go back to that. Oh, well, the good news is we've gotten some stuff sorted. It is fighting us more than a little bit right now. We've got a few things sorted. Obviously, it looks like these headers aren't gonna work, so we're gonna have to figure out something else there. I'm thinking for turbo placement, either gonna be up here or same area over there. Over there, we've got the expansion tank for the cooling system. Not that we can't move that, but the 80mm is a little large, so it's a little bit bigger than a small set of twins. So we got some stuff to play with. I think what we're gonna do is, for now, because like I said, now we can take our time. I still have to get the Camaro covered up because it is supposed to rain and everything, so I either got to take it over back to the other shop or get it covered up. We got a couple more things to do tonight. I think we're gonna call it a night on this. But at least we've got the Nova back in the garage. We've got some wrenches on it. I've got a motor. We've got somewhat of a half-assed plan in place, and we'll just keep working from there. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing the videos, doing everything it is you guys do. I'm just not gonna lie to you guys. I miss this car. I miss it. So hopefully over the next couple of days we can get a better game plan. Next couple of weeks we can start putting stuff together. I'll catch you guys next time, and maybe we'll see the Nova again.